EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for the weekend of November 16th and 17th, 2024. The weekend video forecast is proudly sponsored by the KP Agency in Easton, Pennsylvania. Did you know that Medicare plans can change their coverage every single year? That prescription you rely on today might not be covered next year. With just 22 days left in Medicare annual enrollment, now is the time to review your options for 2025. If you're 65 or older, don't wait. Reviewing your plan could help you find better coverage and lower costs. Call Kristen, owner of the KP Agency, your local Medicare resource. She'll guide you through the process and at no cost to you so you can make an informed choice. Don't trust your coverage decisions to a 1-800 number or a faceless website. Call Kristen at 908-329-7140. Again, that's 908-329-7140. Or visit thekpa.net and remember to tell her that Bobby sent you. They are the KP Agency in Easton, Pennsylvania, proud sponsors of the weekend video forecast. We actually have a pretty nice weekend coming up. You see, temperatures here are pretty nice for this time of year. 57 to 62 is a spread today, so you're on either side of 60. Generally lower 60s for most, except the far northern areas on Sunday. A couple degrees warmer also. And we are going to have, the only downside today is we're going to have breezy conditions. So if you are in... I will tell you, if you're considering putting up holiday decorations early just to take advantage of the milder air, you get to battle the wind today, but tomorrow you won't have to as high pressure is moving over the region. So, for myself, I mean, the Eagles already played Thursday night, already won, so I don't have to really be glued to the TV as much on Sunday as I usually am. So I'll planning on getting that done this weekend, but probably waiting until the windy stuff is done with and doing it on Sunday. So it's a good weekend to do that because I'm telling you, in the future, this is probably the warmest weekend you're going to have going forward, okay? Did the long range yesterday on the website. Every Friday we do it on the website, and it is not looking like it's going to be warm anytime soon after this past midweek this week, okay? So we have a pressure gradient wind today here, and it's accompanied by a low-level jet, and you can see that right here, this jet streak moving through the region, and this is going to contribute to the windy conditions at least early on, probably in the morning, maybe even to early afternoon. And this is looking at 9 o'clock this morning. This is probably when the peak is. It's going to be somewhere between just past sunrise all the way up to about noon, I think, is your windiest period, so to speak. But you have some wind gusts 15 to 25, some upper 20s in a few spots. And then in the Pocono Plateau, which is right up in this region, the higher elevations could get in the 30 to 35 mile per hour range this morning. But then we get in the afternoon, and that jet streak that is overhead moves to the further east and southeast. The wind dies down with it. So this is looking at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now we're looking at some gusts around 20 or lower 20s here. So it's still breezy, but it's just not going to be as windy as it will be on Saturday morning. And again, it's still going to be nice today otherwise, temperature-wise, and mostly sunny skies, but you'll have the windy conditions today. We'll start off mostly sunny here on Sunday, and that is because we're going to have high pressure right over top of the region, and then it's going to sink off to the south here on Sunday. So we'll have an increase in clouds Sunday night, though, or Sunday evening, as we have this next shortwave moving toward us that could bring a few showers to our far northern areas. And again, taking a look at... we're going to take a look at the NAM here just to see what it does here. This is late in the overnight on Sunday night, actually technically early Monday morning. Has a few showers right along the New York-Pennsylvania border, maybe sneaking in northeast PA or far northern New Jersey here. That's possible, but I mean, the total precipitation here is a couple hundredths of an inch at best, so it's nothing really exciting. For the rest of you, it's going to be a dry frontal passage. It's a weak cold front moving through, and behind this too, as we get to Monday, guess what? You got some, you get some wind coming back in here again. Here's Monday right there. And it's very similar to what we're going to see today. So a little breezy here on Monday as well in the wake of that front. And then that goes through. But again, most of it's going to be a dry frontal passage for most areas, except for the far northern areas might get a few showers late in the overnight. And that's it. And it's done before, right around dawn or just before. Our next attention is going to focus on midweek. And this is a big system we've been talking about for a while. This is on the lead of a trough, a deep trough, and cutoff. This is a cutoff. This is not cutoff. It's a closed upper level low, and a very strong one at that. A very strong surface low associated with this, and it's going to drag a frontal boundary through our region and give us some rain out of this. And there's a chance here that we can get a good ½ inch to an inch of rain, and I put that in the precipitation discussion in the long range yesterday. That's a good indication that we could get a decent amount of rain with this. This is going to be Wednesday night overnight into very early Thursday morning, and then it lifts off to the north. And you still have this upper level low and the surface feature still hanging around that it has to move through as well. Guess what? It changes over to precipitation type once this moves through and the front moves through and the temperatures drop. And we got some blue in there. We got some blue. Okay, that means that we're going to have some the first flakes for some areas in the wake of that system coming through Monday night and, good Lord, Monday night. Overnight Wednesday night into Thursday morning. This is in the Friday, generally centered around Friday. Thursday night and Friday time frame, you have the opportunity for a few snow showers, and then a lake effect bands will get going again over the weekend next weekend. So we could see some first flakes of the season for some areas. Probably not amounting to anything or much at all, outside the higher elevations, but that is an opportunity for the first snowflakes of the season for some of you. Okay, and that we'll get into better details of that as we get a little bit closer. Right now, this is kind of max range of, not the max range of this model, but it's kind of a murky range. When I always talk about that, once you get beyond 7 days, it gets a little murky. Well, this is beyond 7 days, so we'll see what we're dealing with. But the synoptic setup makes sense that you would have some lake effect snow, you'd have some rain or snow showers associated with the upper level low as it moves through. It's a very cold upper air environment. It doesn't have to be below 32 for it to snow. You could have snow in the 40s, and I think that's going to be the case. As we'll be back in the 40s at the end of the week once that system goes through, going into next weekend. And it's probably going to stay that way for a little while. We're going to have temperatures in the middle 40s, mid to upper 40s, but if it's just timed right, you can have some snowflakes involved with that. So that is going to be next weekend in the wake of this system. But the big story this week coming up is going to be this frontal boundary moving through. Is there any wind with it? It probably will be. Might be some windy conditions involved with that, not only with the frontal passes, but in the wake of it. So, and because this is a very strong area, low pressure that's shown over the eastern Ohio Valley here, and things are going to move around over the next couple of days, but just about every single model has a very similar or general idea of the same solution here. So I do think we're getting rain, which is going to be much needed, but we're going to have to wait until midweek to see any of that. I'm EPA WA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for the weekend of November 16th and 17th, 2024. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.